for all these things.
That's if you receive prenatal care. What the news is really hiding is these women are just showing up pregnant, pumping out babies, and they don't know her sexual history or her sexual past or anything about her. They have never done a prenatal visit. There has been no prenatal care. Prenatal, perinatal, all that shit. Like it sounds very similar. So these motherfucking hoes. And I'm sorry to say this shit, black women from Texas to California, from California to Texas, and all over the damn South.
But you already know what the defense is because they're more okay. This is the thing. Let's work backwards, right? So, like, given this information that you just gave, Pastor, the first line of defense is where's the evidence? Where's the reports? Where's the and then when you show them the statistics, you show them where the evidence is, they're gonna be like, what's the source? You know, they're gonna play this dance. I mean, they're gonna do this dance with you. So the thing
they're gonna tell you that you didn't make enough money. You was a bus driver,
right?
But the treatment for congenital syphilis is probably less than $5. A bus ride to uptown, a bus ride to downtown.
But a bus driver,
where you got the syphilis from? Where you got the syphilis from? To put it in your baby. The treatment for congenital syphilis is probably cheaper than the Uber ride she took to catch the shit to give to her child.
I don't know, Pastor. This type of stuff, I mean, although I agree with you 100%, I think there is going to be some resistance. There's going to be some resistance because you're going to have the sisterhood that comes in there and it says, you know what? Like, you niggas just don't get no pussy. You mad, you hurt. And then you're going to have the simp Avengers that are always defending them. Will be like, oh, yeah, you niggas are just reporting on this because you still mad about the broad that you guys couldn't be with in high school. And, you know, the same old shame, like, you know, the SBE, the reverse SBE talking points. But how can you actually, I know as a medical professional, I know you care about these kids. You have to see these kids all the time. Me and you are both fathers, right? Me and you are both fathers. How do you report this information without triggering the women and also them resisting it?
Because you show them this. This is not a bunch of men on these women asses. Have you seen what I've showed you? This is women. This is women getting on women. Okay, so I just show it. So whenever I want a motherfucking woman to hit this panel and talk some shit tonight, I wish the sisterhood would hit the panel tonight. Because I got women right now that I can just play right now. I don't have to argue with you women. I don't have to argue with you women. No, Triple. I'm not going to argue. Triple. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just going to play to them other women. Women are mad at other women for this shit. Men, we keep fucking these syphilis bitches and getting them pregnant. Women are stopping this shit. It ain't men. It ain't. Trust me, Triple. It ain't men stopping this shit. But women are actually stopping this shit. Women are trying to get ahead of this shit. It ain't men. Men ain't doing a motherfucking thing but making more penicillin and hoping to God that it keep working.
Damn, this is a very, very uncomfortable subject. Like Sugar Bum doesn't even want. She's not even coming in here to blame the men. Damn.
No, Sugar Bum was in here earlier. Sugar Bum was in here earlier, but then Sugar Bum saw that I was. So, like I said, like let me look at this one. Let me look at so we're at the end of this one. So I'm gonna stop sharing that. And we're gonna keep going a little bit more into that. Let's see.
Okay. All right. All right. Pastor. The thing about it is we're so conditioned to have men blamed for everything, right? Um. Okay. Who should have more control of this issue? Is it the niggas that can't keep their dick in their pants, or the women that can't keep their legs closed?
This is fundamentally a so this is fundamentally a women's issue. And I'm gonna tell you why this is a women's issue, and this is a women's issue. I'm just covering it as a man, but this is fundamentally a women's issue because I know that we get them pregnant, right? That's our issue by getting them
But the
pregnant.
seed doesn't really come with the syphilis.
Well, the fact that they don't receive the reason this is a woman's issue because they receive no prenatal care. Like you mean to tell me as a woman being pregnant, bitch, you ain't never go get your motherfucking pussy
Okay.
wound checked
Okay.
out.
Pastor, you can give me some game on the biology of it, right?
Mhm.
Let's just say I'm there's a syphilis nigga, right? He got syphilis all in his balls and stuff, right? And then he skeets.
Well, no, if a man has syphilis in his balls, I'm not joking on this guy, but he might end up medically like MTR, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's just the reality.
But what I'm saying is, if he skeets with the syphilis, and is the syphilis in the sperm also?
Yeah.
So she will get
Men can definitely pass syphilis, and women can definitely pass syphilis.
so she can
So men and women can definitely carry syphilis. That's it's not. This is not one of those things where okay, only women carry syphilis. That's not true. Men carry syphilis as
so
well.
she can have so he can have it like
This is
syphilis.
where dirty. This is where you can claim
Dirty
there's
Dick Rodney?
a dirty dick Rodney. Exactly. This is where you can claim there's a dirty dick Rodney. Yeah.
Damn. But if the woman goes, she will be able to see if Dirty Dick Rodney is Dirty Dick Rodney. She should be able to know right away, right?
I don't think they really care. That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me like I'm gonna drop.
Yeah,
I know niggas
Al Capone. I mean, I guess there's a lot of famous people that died back in the day from
from syphilis. Yeah, there are a lot of people that die from syphilis. A lot of babies are dying from syphilis. They call it SIDS.
Wow.
Allegedly, and I should not have laughed. But there's a joke. There's a joke going on that
Infected deaths.
sudden infant death syndrome is what they call sudden infant death syndrome, and they claim it's sudden and it's unknown and no one knows why, but it's coming to find out a lot of these women have syphilis that their children die from SIDS, right? What's up, Gemini? What's up, Bronze? What's up, Link? What up, Flat Earth? What up, all my people? Link, everybody in the chat. Bronze Bird, Triple in the building. Deacon Dave and his whole Travis Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pull up. You know what I mean? Topaz got quiet on.
This is a level of FBE I don't think like a lot of women are prepared for.
They're not. That's why they're not gonna hit this link on this one. They're not gonna hit this link on this one. They might even get mad at me for doing this one. But this is not me. This is women. This is not me. This is women. Women put this out. I didn't.
Oh shit! I think those roast beef
New numbers from the CDC show a surge of sexually transmitted infections in the United States with no signs of slowing. In 2021, there were 2.5 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. The most significant rise was in syphilis and congenital syphilis, which occurs when mothers with the infection. New numbers from the CDC show a surge of sexually transmitted infections in the United States with no signs of slowing. In 2021, there were 2.5 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. The most significant rise was in syphilis and congenital syphilis, which occurs when mothers with the infection pass it along to their babies during pregnancy. From
All right. Okay. I probably should
Let's
look this
cook
up.
for the 18 seconds. 18 seconds. It's like look. So now we have media SBE. So we have media SBE. This is media SBE.
Okay. Can any of these things be looked at as a I mean, is there a correlation between female promiscuity and this disease?
You can't get, it's hard to get syphilis if you ain't having sex unless you're a baby. The babies are the innocent ones. These babies ain't having sex. They out here fucking and sucking and going from nigga to nigga and asking for money and Cash App and Venmos and Veils and all that shit. That ain't the babies. The babies are just the innocent byproduct of Cash Apps, Venmos, Veils, tricking, hoeing in these motherfucking streets. The fact that we have seen the fact that they are trying to legalize prostitution and only fanning for these women is the fact that we're going to see more syphilis babies. The more women on OnlyFans, the more women out here being sexy, the more women out here that's doing the shit that we are allowing as men for them to do. Because we like it too.
Hold on, Pastor. Time out.
Syphilis babies.
Time out.
So no. The more promiscuity of society. We're not gonna put this all on the women because men and women have syphilis, and the syphilis is not coming from nowhere. Like the men either have it, the women either have it, or a man either gave it to a woman, or a woman gave it to a man, they gave it to another woman. The syphilis, we're going to have to share this L. Okay, the fact that syphilis is on the rise in this country, especially in the South, is an L that men and women are going to have to hold. Now, the fact that children are being born with it is an L that women are going to have to solely hold because y'all asses should have went and got some prenatal care.
But
now that also falls back on the man because you've got to be able to afford to help that woman get some prenatal care.
There you go.
That does kind of fall. Now hold on. We can't. Hold on. Triple. Now, the women may find a damn out on this shit. Damn, they may. The women may have an out. The women may have an out. Because because the woman can always say
blame the man for not
her baby daddy did not supply he did not supply medical health insurance. The mother of my child had medical insurance and was able to get prenatal care throughout the entire time. That's the reason why they keep talking about these homeless women, because they're gonna say you niggas out here getting these homeless women pregnant with syphilis, and y'all not providing them a house, a home, or health insurance to have prenatal care. Damn, this is going to end up being a man's issue. Just going to end up being a man's issue. Fuck that. Like, I know we talking shit to the women, and it was fun. It was really fun for a second. That shit was really. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed talking shit to these women for out here making these syphilis babies. Y'all know y'all motherfucking wrong, but hold on, Triple. We got a bigger problem.
So you about to man? You bait and switch me, bro. You bait and switch me.
I did. We got a bigger. We got a. No, I'm not baiting and switching. I thought about this shit long term.
You about to blame the men for it.
We're going to have to blame the men for it because you're going to have to blame health insurance and why these bitches can't get a $5 shot in their ass. That's to what they saying is, so if black women become the face of congenital syphilis, then they're going to turn around and blame black men for not being able to afford a $5 penicillin shot.
They get
that's what they gonna say. You niggas can't even afford a $5 penicillin shot.
But they get the shit for free through they get government assistance. What
So now we saying the government should afford that $5 penicillin shot, not the man that got her pregnant. This is going to end up being our problem. I'm glad I brought it up. This is going to man. I know this sucks though, man, because it was fun laughing at these women for a second. That shit was fun, right? That shit was fun. I know it was fun. But it's going to end up being our problem, though. They're going to blame us for that $5 intramuscular shot of penicillin that they never received. Because you niggas couldn't afford a $5 penicillin shot of a syphilis bitch you got pregnant. Damn. Triple, why you mad at me for? Why you get silent for?
No, I was not getting silent, Doc. I'm just trying to process all this information that you're giving, because I've turned into like I'm defensive. I'm like a defensive. I'm like, damn, how Pastor's giving all this information. He's somewhat SPEing, but he's not really SPEing. He's not really putting their, because the thing about it is when this news hits the outlets, right? And you know how the media does, right? They're gonna be like, black women are giving, babies STDs or some shit like that, right? That's what type of headlines, right? And people are gonna read it, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have the sisterhood congregate and squad up. And then, once they are aware and triggered, they're gonna start to come up with ways to blame men for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, how are they gonna blame the men for it? Because it's coming.
So in a country that's empowering women, employing women over men, they can't find a job to take care. They can't find $5 out of their pocket, and then they say that the black woman only had $5 on her savings account.
Yeah.
Well, then that she gonna have to use that $5 on a syphilis shot.
No, I mean we've broken down that shit. It's not to diminish. I'm trying to dismiss.
This is not funny because kids are actually dying. We should really stop laughing because it's not funny. It's not funny. I think black people laugh to stop from crying because it really is that dire and that serious, man. Like I really think. Let me play this a little bit though.
2020 to 2021, cases of each went up 32%. Ali Rogan has more on this concerning trend.
Over the past decade, there's been about an 8-fold increase in the cases of congenital syphilis in the United States. In 2012, the numbers were at historic lows thanks to robust contact tracing and public health efforts. But infections have gone up every year since.
She is lying. She's caping. Nigga, in 2012 was niggas worried about syphilis. Tell the truth. Like Triple, you hear? Yo, Triple.
Of course, man. Of course.
No. Actually, niggas was not worried about syphilis in 2012. No. Believe it or not, let me tell you something. Syphilis was technically eradicated. Exactly, Link. Nah, they weren't. Syphilis, I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. This may sound crazy to you. Syphilis was almost eradicated from American society. Absolutely. No, I mean, so at one point, niggas was not. At one point, no one was thinking about syphilis. Syphilis was almost eradicated. So when she says in 2012, syphilis was not a big problem. No. She's caping for the lead up story.
No, syphilis was almost like
It was almost eradicated. It was
like
almost like chicken pox. It was
like
almost gone.
or the measles.
It was gone.
It was
Exactly.
gone, or
But let's keep listening. Let's keep listening though.
And syphilis in babies is much more serious than in adults, carrying a risk of stillbirth and long-term health problems. Here to talk about what can be done to address this is Dr. Irene Stafford. She's an OBGYN and maternal fetal medicine specialist at UT Health Houston. Dr. Stafford, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk first about why STIs in general are on the rise in the United States.
So thank you again so much for having me. The rise in STIs in this country is multifactorial. Part of it is inconsistent screening patterns, especially with people that are in special risk groups. Unfortunately, our emphasis should be placed on offering and encouraging routine screening for STI in every health encounter.
There was this medical company in Boston that I invested money in during the pandemic because they were telling us in the medical field that women weren't getting pap smears. So I invested a lot of money into that medical company, and then I made I made a little bit from it. I did pretty good from it. And it was because I knew that women weren't getting their pussy looked after. So I knew there was going to be a surge of women now running to get their pussy looked after post pandemic because they couldn't get it done during the pandemic. So during 2020 to 2022, a lot of those pandemic babies are probably going to have syphilis. The reason why you see a rise in syphilis because during the pandemic, women could not get their pussy looked after. So during 2012, like in 2012, women were probably catching syphilis, but it was being so well looked after and taken care of that it was eradicated. Now during 2020, during C19, women couldn't get their pussy looked after like they naturally would. So therefore, there was a large rise in COVID babies and syphilis babies.
But check this out. You can look this shit up yourself. Like if you look at companies, right? Like a lot of the companies like that treat STIs and STDs and stuff like that. If you look at the ones that make drugs for those things, their stock has went up like exponentially over the last 5 or 6 years. You do understand that, right? There's a direct correlation with that because people, I'm telling like Eli Lilly and all those type of places, not Eli Lilly, but those things. If you look at like, because you can like buy ETFs in certain sectors, right? The medical sector, and you can
So I bought some at Hologic. When I first bought the stock, I bought in late and it was like $65.
Right.
And I bought a significant amount and now it's at 82. So right. It kind of like
if you do
actually I bought more. Actually, I bought it was like 50 something. And then it was like 82. So I sold a quarter of it and I did all right.
There's a thing called leaps, right? Those are long-term options, right? And one of the things in the future, like any stocks that have to do with anti-aging or anything like that, cryogenics or anything like that, are going to go up through the roof.
Well, I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest in the new treatment for syphilis because syphilis is going to become penicillin resistant. So right. So the next way the next wave to treat it will be the next investment. And this is so satanic and sad to say. I should not say this is a healthcare provider, but that's almost sound like I'm betting against it. It's almost like saying I'm betting against humanity.
But check this out. Okay, you remember a couple weeks ago, probably like maybe a week or two ago, right? There was that one chick that was at Mocha Fest or some shit that gave that casually, the OnlyFans model that casually gave the woman, the dude, an STD.
Herpes, yeah.
Herpes, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
He
fast.
probably got her pregnant. She probably got pregnant too.
Rewind 10 years ago, right? You know how much of a stigma having an STD in general used to be for a woman.
If a woman had what they call the clap, she was done
They're
for.
making
Let's see this through. Let's see this through real quick.
Is
they're making
multifactorial.
TikTok pages
Part
about
of it is inconsistent screening patterns, especially with people that are in special risk groups. Unfortunately, our emphasis should be placed on offering and encouraging routine screening for STI in every health encounter. Sexual health in general is really seems to be underemphasized due to a lack of screening and unfortunately other significant issues such as access to care, funding, lack of available clinics. All of these factors contribute to the rising rates of STI.
And then how about congenital syphilis in particular? Is that part of the overall increase in STIs that we're seeing?
As a matter of fact, there's been over a 30% increase in all cases of syphilis infection, and particularly perinatal syphilis, where a mother who is infected with syphilis can pass it to her baby. We've seen over a 30% increase in congenital syphilis cases in the last several years.
And things were going so well. As we mentioned, in 2012, cases were at a historic low, and now they've increased. So how did things go so wrong?
she hit the wall.
So 2012, they were at an all-time low. And at 2021, on up to 2023, they're at an all-time high.
Yo, they're making there's TikTok pages, right, with women with STIs and STDs. You know that?
Yeah,
And
joking about it.
Following based on them having that disease.
I remember the first time I called chlamydia. I remember they have those.
I mean, from the generation, I mean, the thing about it is like once you, for me, like, and I guess I guess me and you had a conversation.
So and one thing they have, and one thing, hold on, Triple, and one thing they have yet to do is talk about the amount of white women that have herpes, that have syphilis. Do you really see black women? Y'all can see black people. We gotta get up out of there, yo. Like, I'm not trying to be pro-black and none of that shit right now, but like, we gotta get up out of there. We gotta get up out of there.
I mean, but if you look at it for per capita, the statistic is alarming though.
No, so the statistic is alarming because we're a smaller group. They're not talking about how many of them have it, and they're a larger group. So why do you think white women are covering this shit, but hiding behind black? Why do you think white women are black facing this argument? Why do you think white women are black and brown facing this argument?
Because the thing about it is they use black women to break the stigma, because black women will not take an L on anything. So if they can be the face of it, they're going to fight tooth and nail to normalize it, and then white women will fly under the radar. You know, no longer. Well, like, think about it, dog. If you look at some of the blogs, you know, herpes, you know, a bitch having the goddamn burn or the fucking Nestle Crunch used to be a fucking big deal, right? Niggas don't even like. There was a dude that I work with, right? I tell you, like, he said this bitch had the Nestle Crunch, right? And I was like, okay, damn, you dodged a bullet, right? He fucking tells me a story about how he, man, I don't know, man. I try to hang out with him. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? If that bitch has a Nestle Crunch,
I believe that partially
she should be over with. Right or wrong?
We are not being vigilant about screening and treating pregnant women. Unfortunately,
right,
the CDC data, about 30% of women don't have access to care.
On top
of that, there's been a certain percentage that have actually been screened for syphilis but did not get timely treatment. And lastly, there's been a surge in cases where women have converted and become
matter of fact,
infected with
this
syphilis.
made a case for her. He was like, well, long as she's not having an outbreak.
Hey, yo, triple. Like I know, look, when women are trying to teach about something that men and women need to be vigilant of, I'm not being a male feminist, not being a mangina, but what I'm saying is let's not cut her off right now. I'm not saying this because she's some light-skinned woman with long hair or any of that.
No, no,
Let's
no, no.
like,
I told
you know
you.
what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
told you. No.
Let's just let her cook. Let's let her cook for a second.
But
Let's
okay,
let her
before.
let's let her medical SBE
No,
for a
no.
second and
Before.
I'll
I mean,
stop it. I'll
okay.
stop
Before.
it.
No, just give me 1 second before she cooks. And I tried to call you earlier about this whole topic that you just said. How the fuck did we let motherfuckers that never had kids, never been married, never been in a long-term relationship talk to us or teach us about any of that shit? How did that happen? How?
I think she is a mother, but we're gonna keep
No, no,
playing
no.
this shit.
I'm talking about in general, in the manosphere. There's niggas that
I don't because because we fell for the disease of clout. A lot of bitches get syphilis chasing clout.
right. Go ahead, man.
Congenital syphilis, where a mother who is infected with syphilis can pass it to her baby. We've seen over a 30% increase in congenital syphilis cases in the last several years.
And things were going so well. As we mentioned, in 2012, cases were at a historic low, and now they've increased. So how did things go so wrong?
I believe that partially we are not being vigilant about screening and treating pregnant women. Unfortunately, according to the CDC data, about 30% of women don't have access.
No, we overly
Oh yeah.
commercialized and overly sold sex. We let the LGBT community go wild. We let women go wild. We let even men go wild. So therefore, the children. So now we're gonna start saying adolescent. Do you realize I researched this?
But I mean, the thing.
No. I researched this. There has been an increase in adolescent syphilis as well.
The,
Our teenage children are out here catching syphilis.
yo. But you just see what she did, right? Like it's
What she do? What she do? What she do? What she do? What she do?
what she just did about access, right? Women right now are almost in certain industries, especially in the particular the medical industry, they're dominating the medical industry. For every doctor, there's probably 100 nurses, maybe. I mean, maybe that statistic. I mean, for every doctor, maybe that's a little exaggerated, like 20 nurses. For every, tech. I mean, they dominate this shit, right? She's trying to
Yeah.
make a case of like collectively if women don't have access to healthcare.
Yes. So women are about to women.
It's
This hold
completely
on. So triple. This is why I tell you this will be a man's issue. Men will have to fund things like MV 140, the recurrent urinary tract infection vaccine that I was telling you about. Men are going to have to fund that. Men are going to have to end up coming up with a cure. The reason why the women are pushing this onto the children, and they're telling you that the women are pushing this on to the children. Now,
right.
who do you think? Now the women are calling other women out. True, but who do you think who do you think they expect to solve this issue?
I mean, the problem about this,
So
right?
men are going to have to come up with
All right.
better antibiotics than penicillin because
You
no,
gotta
no,
let
no,
me,
hold on,
you
triple.
gotta let me finish.
Men are going to have to stop. Men are going to have to come up with better antibiotics than penicillin because eventually the syphilis at the rate that is being at the rate that syphilis is being contracted. Because syphilis is the main concern. They're not even talking about gonorrhea and chlamydia. and herpes. We should be talking about them, of course.
But
Hold on. But they're afraid of syphilis. Syphilis can end your life. Syphilis can actually kill you faster than HIV or AIDS because syphilis can make you become septic. So that's the reason why syphilis and SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, and people dying from syphilis. You can die faster from syphilis than you can from HIV or AIDS. Syphilis can make you become septic. You become septic. You can become septic from HIV and AIDS and HIV-2 and AIDS-2. Definitely, that can take you out real quick as well. But syphilis is just as dangerous. Look at how it's taking out infant babies.
But you know what? I can't really have this conversation because the thing about it is, this type of conversation it's almost like a business conversation that medical people can't really have with a business person, because you're going to take your career, you're going to take all this type of stuff and you're going to inject it, and you're not going to really understand. I mean,
No. I understand dead bodies make money. So no. So go ahead, have it. Let's have it.
No.
Let's have the John Q argument right now.
It's not even a John Q argument.
It is the John Q argument. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
She doesn't want to say it. She wants almost like not a communist, but like almost a Marxist way of looking at medical. Like, she thinks that women should have full range of medical procedures or whatever, right? This is, she's not going to come out and say it, but this is her belief system.
Triple. What else do we have? What other options do we have as men? Do we let our children keep being born with syphilis, or do we come up with do sexual health, do sexual care, what do we do? Pump. This is the other side of pump and dump. I get pump and dump, but this is the other side of it.
But the thing about it is, any type of restriction that you have on female sexuality is going to be met with resistance, and it's going to be met with SBE. It's going to be met with all this type of stuff. They're not going to. I mean, it's just they're just not like what she's trying to do is
medically SBE. She's trying to medically SBE. This is medical SBE.
Exactly, but she's trying to. I mean, she's trying to do what she's trying to do. She's trying to absolve women of responsibility, right?
That is true, because the last woman, the black woman, said that the women were home. The black woman and the Asian woman and this white Spanish woman are literally intersect. This is full blown intersectionality, which we're going to go into intersect. We're going to go into intersectionality, white supremacy a little bit. We're going to that next, but this is when intersectionality becomes holistic. Right. You literally have black women, Asian women, Mexican women, white women. You have all these women coming together saying, we have syphilis and we're giving it to our children. What are you men going to do? That's pretty much what they're saying. But that's pretty much what they're saying.
The thing about the thing about capitalism, right? The thing about capitalism, there's certain, you have to put a cap on certain things with capitalism. You got to. And the feminists do not like capitalism for one fact, is because they know women are wasteful. They know women are wasteful. They know women are a drain to capitalism, right? They know that shit. Because the thing about it is she's like, if we cover all women, right? Which in America, there's about 6 million more women than there is men, right? So if we cover all women and all their ailments, right? and still let them function like in society like they are men, it's disastrous. You feel me? It's like it's disastrous. Like women that do work and all this type of shit, when they work and they have to deal with the same stresses as men, their health takes a fucking toll, right? When they operate in a male, like in a male
No,
frequency.
no, 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 no. When women are here, no, this ain't got nothing to do with work. This has everything to do with sexual appetite. This has everything to do with sexuality.
I know,
Since
but
women
when
want,
they
no, no, we're not gonna go into work because men gonna have to put in the work to fix it. This is all about sexual appetite.
But I mean, but you're already conditioned to fix it. What I'm saying is they are conditioned to think that they can operate like us. But the thing about it is there's consequences and repercussions because they're a weaker vessel. Being a
So
weaker
they're at
vessel,
risk for they're at risk for UTIs. That's why you have MV140 in the vaccine
right?
for recurrent urinary tract infections, and they're at risk for catching syphilis and giving it to their children called congenital
Okay,
syphilis,
all right,
which
all right.
affects their blood, their liver, their
Let me-
bones, their eyes, and their cognitive behavior. We're going to keep going into this. Keep listening. No,
okay,
no, no, no. Just keep listening.
Access to
okay.
care.
I'll land the
On top of
plane.
that, there's been a certain percentage that have actually been screened for syphilis, but did not get timely treatment. And lastly, there's been a surge in cases where women have converted and become infected with syphilis during the third trimester.
And if it's not, what are the symptoms? What are the consequences of?
How could a woman get pregnant with syphilis? No. How could a woman get infected with syphilis in her third trimester? Now, of course, they're going to try to tell you in the sisterhood going to tell you, oh, that nigga was cheating. That nigga was cheating. That's how she got syphilis in her third trimester. How does a woman get syphilis in her third trimester? And I argue that a lot of these women do not.
I mean, but that's the same broad that's on a dating site or on a fucking dating show on YouTube talking about before the baby pops out, she needs a fucking stepdaddy. That's the same broad. It's accepted. You seen the shit. You can go on any fucking site, dog. You'll see a woman that's like, oh yeah, I am 6, 7, 9 months pregnant. You know, if you want to be with me, blah, 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 you got to do it. That's what they're talking about right here, bro. It goes unchecked. Unchecked. These bras are allowed to do this type of shit, bro. The hell y'all niggas talking about?
Yo, hold on. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Yo, watch this shit, man. Watch this shit.
Yolanda, hey, stop all this. With the $300 coming on my account. Talk to me right now. And
I've
you
been
all
helping
lie.
Dante while he's locked up for me.
Dante?
Yes.
Your ex?
And my friend of 15 years.
What? Hold. First of all, why is you sending your ex $300 of my money every week, Yolanda?
He don't have nobody to help him right
That's
now.
a grown man. What the hell you mean?
Okay, and I'm his friend. If he needs my help, I'm gonna be there for
What do
him.
you need help with $300 a week for, Yolanda?
To survive.
Survive what?
In prison.
What the? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Dante is locked up,
Yes, just temporarily.
and you sending a felon
don't do
$300
Everybody
a
makes
week of
mistakes.
my money?
It's not perfect, bro.
Ain't nobody perfect, and you sure ain't good. Matter of fact, you ain't nothing at all to me no more. Why is you sending $300? Yolanda, hey, stop all this. With the $300 coming on my account. Talk to me right now. And
I've
you
been
all
helping
lie.
Dante while he's locked up for me.
Dante?
Yes.
Your ex?
And my friend of 15 years.
What? Hold. First of all, why is you sending your ex $300 of my money every week, Yolanda.
He don't have nobody to help him right
That's
now.
a grown man. What the hell you mean?
Okay, and I'm his friend. If he needs my help, I'm gonna be there for
What do
him.
you need help with $300 a week for, Yolanda?
To survive.
Survive what?
In prison.
What the? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Dante is locked up,
Yes, just temporarily.
and you sending you a felon
don't do
$300 a week of my money.
It's not perfect, bro.
Ain't nobody perfect, and you so ain't good. Matter of fact, you ain't nothing at all to me no more. Why is you $300? Yolanda, hey, stop all this. With the $300 coming to my account, talk to me right now. And
I've
you
been
all
helping
lie.
Dante while he's locked up for me.
Dante,
Yes.
your ex,
And my friend of 15 years.
What? Ho. First of all, why is you sending your ex $300 of my money every week, Yolanda?
He don't have nobody to help him right
That's
now.
a grown man. What the hell you mean?
Okay, and I'm his friend. If he needs my help, I'm gonna be there for
What do
him.
you need help with $300 a week for?
Yes, man. Are you still gonna play this?
Survive what?
In
I want to see this
prison.
fucking dirty asshole, man. God damn, my nigga.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Dante is locked up,
Yes, just temporarily.
and you sending a felon
don't do
$300 a week of my money.
It's not perfect, bro.
Ain't nobody perfect, and you so ain't good. Matter of fact, you ain't nothing at all to me no more. Why is you sending $300? Yolanda.
Pass it, man. Fuck. You keep playing this bullshit, man. God damn, my nigga.
Nah, I had to play it so the people could actually, because sometimes the people don't hear it the first time, the second time. So I played it for the third time for the people in the back. God damn. And that's how we end up in a nation full of syphilis babies. We're gonna go back to it.
Not treating
The white women.
Well, unfortunately, the infection itself during pregnancy carries a 30 to 40% perinatal loss rate. And if the baby does survive during the pregnancy and is born with congenital syphilis, sadly, the baby will be in the neonatal intensive care unit for over a week, in some cases longer. The baby can have blood problems, liver problems, bone problems, and probably one of the biggest consequences is when the infection itself affects the central nervous system or the brain of the newborn, and that can.
So when these nigga babies survive all this government assistance and all this help from the government and healthcare and loving people and insurance and taxes, these same congenital syphilis babies end up killing niggas. They end up killing people. We're gonna go into this next.
Lead to neurosyphilis, which is quite detrimental and hard on a newborn baby and the family, of course.
So you're seeing these patients every day. Once somebody comes in for treatment for a syphilis diagnosis, what does that look like?
My responsibility, and I think the responsibility of most health providers, is actually to counsel the patient, talk to her about the need for treatment. Oftentimes with syphilis, especially when it's been there for a long time, that level of infection and stage of infection requires multiple doses of penicillin. So the counseling component.
So the women are not following up with their medical treatment. But I thought women were always health conscious. I thought women are good at keeping a nigga up, but bad at keeping themselves up.
Yo, these hoes, they for everybody. Pass them all
is
around.
critical to help patients understand the need for continued surveillance and follow-up so that we can treat her adequately for her stage of infection.
And what about the role of COVID-19? We saw lots of resources being reallocated.
You see that shit? Blame COVID-19. Because during 2020, 2021, 2022, and now we're in 2023, these women have not been taking care of their pussies. So therefore, they have a lot of syphilis. So now they want to blame COVID for syphilis babies and COVID babies. We're having more syphilis babies than COVID babies. There are more syphilis babies being born than COVID babies being born.
Well, I mean, have they seen a direct correlation? I mean, so like in 10 years, will we have like, okay, let me take a step back. When I guess 18 years, not 18 years, but probably like 15 years from now, what type of destruction that you think that the COVID baby is going to
I think the COVID baby is being. I think the COVID baby is no match.
antisocial?
No. The COVID baby is no match for the syphilis baby. The syphilis baby is a fucking the syphilis baby. Look, the syphilis baby. Everyone. It's not that they want. They're going to hide behind the COVID baby, but it's the syphilis baby that is the crazy baby.
I mean, is this like the upgraded version of the crack baby or the PCP baby?
Yes, because everyone wants to talk about what a drug-induced baby would do. But what about and then everyone wants to talk about, oh, there's a big virus, COVID. But what about a bacterial?
I mean, there's a lot of
no. What about a baby?
But there's a lot of like 80s babies that were like crack induced or heroin induced and shit like that are highly successful and highly entrepreneurial.
You have a bacterial and a viral form of this. So you have a bacterial and a viral. So this can go bacterial or viral. So they have this. So the syphilis baby is worse than the COVID baby.
But I mean, I'm looking at it from the point of view of the crack baby, the heroin baby, the cocaine baby. Like, I mean, those type of babies were like far worse, in my opinion. I guess you don't think so.
Well, no. So we can let's do it. So even though syphilis is a bacterial virus, it has a very viral implication to it. It's very deadly.
To account for COVID, was congenital syphilis part of that reallocation of resources?
Absolutely. We did everything we could.
Was congenital syphilis part of that reallocation of resources?
So that we can treat her adequately for her stage of infection.
And what about the role of COVID-19? Lots of resources being reallocated to account for COVID. Was congenital syphilis part of?
Hold on, Triple. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Let them go back at it.
Need for treatment. Oftentimes with syphilis, especially when it's been there for a long time, that level of infection and stage of infection requires multiple doses of penicillin. So the counseling component is critical to help patients understand the need for continued surveillance and follow-up so that we can treat her adequately for her stage of infection.
And what about the role of COVID-19? We saw lots of resources being reallocated to account for COVID. Was congenital syphilis part of that reallocation of resources?
Absolutely. We did everything we could to reduce contact for patients, to reduce the spread of COVID-19. But unfortunately, that sort of alienated a lot of patients. Their favorite clinic on the corner of, say, Broad and Fifth closed. They didn't know where they could go. So those kind of changes in the actual structure of healthcare really impacted STI screening, especially.
And she's not lying, because that's just why I invest in Hologic, because I try to tell black men that Hologic was being sponsored by Mary J. Blige. I can even bring up. Let me bring up this real quick so I don't think I'm crazy. So I don't think I'm crazy, right? I don't want y'all to think that I don't want y'all to think that I'm crazy. I don't want y'all to think that I'm crazy. So let me
I wish you had that pop.
let me stop sharing that and let me share this with you. Let me share this with you. This is Hologic. Hologic is a medical company that I invested in that screens women for screening with thin prep test for Optima HPV. I want to go into that because a lot of women had HPV with the Gardasil shot, and we have more oral cancers and more esophageal cancers, throat cancers through to HPV throat warts. The babies have eye warts, throat warts, and the warts, and that's another thing that they're going to start talking about is the amount of women that have HP. So they're talking about syphilis right now, but they're going to talk about HPV next, and about how many babies are born with warts in their eyes and their esophagus and their airway, causing SIDS. A lot of SIDS is due to sexually transmitted infections. You will notice that a lot of women that were virgins or had lower sexual she had a lower body count, have less issues with this, but because they have pushed women to have higher body counts.
Pastor, and let me put my foot on your neck for a second.
So this is Mary J. Blige and shit. This is the women.
Nah, hell no. Hold up, bro. I mean, listen. I mean, I know you've been scared to say a lot of this shit that you're saying right now, but I mean, I don't know what the hell happened to you, man. But shit, you spit it. Listen. The thing about it is, one of the things from back in the day when women were having babies at a reasonable age, right? And the thing about it is, don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Let me talk, right? They were young. You know, I don't know if it was crack or whatever. They were young. You had teen mamas and all this bullshit. You had all this type of shit. I don't really condone that shit because my mama had me at 39, whatever. Yeah. They wasn't having a lot of problems, right?
Yeah.
But fast forward, you got these 49, not 49ers, but I mean, you got a lot of women that are teetering, like what Kevin Samuels would call geriatric. So you
geriatric pregnancies.
Yeah. You have a lot of them that's pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
Women have a lot of pussy issues. Let watch this real quick. We're gonna watch this real quick.
Go ahead.
She is your mother, your grandmother, your daughter, your sister, your wife, your lover, your best friend. She is strong, sensitive, funny, thoughtful, and independent. And when she has a health issue on her mind, it is also on ours.
Do you see why I'm doing this? When women have a health issue on their mind, it's also ours. You hear that? Hey, Triple, you hear that? Triple, you still here? All right, we went on mute, but it's also our problem.
I had to take a piss, man.
Nah. So when did you hear that?
No, I ain't hear that. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna play it right back. I'm gonna play it back.
She is your mother, your grandmother, your daughter, your sister, your wife, your lover, your best friend. She is strong, sensitive, funny, thoughtful, and independent. And when she has a health issue on her mind, it is also on ours.
Now, how is she all that and independent? And when she has a problem, it's ours. I thought she's independent.
I mean, the thing about it is, and shout out to no, I'm not gonna give a shout out to that nigga, man. But anyways, we've already accepted what it is, bro. We accepted the gynocracy. A gynocric social order. We've already accepted this shit. And not a lot of dudes are gonna push back on female issues.
So do you understand why I understand the hypocrisy of this company, but I invested in it? It was shut the Hologic, right? Y'all go get you some Hologic. Go get you some Hologic. Go get some Hologic. Go get some.
I mean, it's not even too big.
At Hologic, we are driven by a passion to be the leading innovator in women's health, to bring the promise of the science of Sure to life. That's why we work harder, dig deeper, and reach higher to improve the health and quality of life for the 3.7 billion women of the world and those she loves. As she brings new life into the world.
The thing, okay. I mean, goddamn, boy.
The sisterhood with a dog, with one baby, one dog, and one zaddy to afford it all.
Yeah, I mean, this is
No matter if she has syphilis, this bitch can have syphilis. They're gonna fix her.
right.
As she grows proud and independent. As she discovers new love.
Yeah.
Have you noticed they've shown everything except black men?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I can't say somebody black men.
As she faces health challenges that interrupt her life. As she takes care of herself and those around her. As she continues on the evolving journey of life.
Shout out to that brother. Shout out to that brother that made this shit. That brother made it. That brother made it. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out to that brother.
Yeah.
Hologic, baby. Hologic.
Yeah.
Of life. We are forever committed to delivering innovations that address the broad spectrum of breast, cervical, gynecologic, body composition, skeletal, perinatal, and sexual health issues women and men face as life unfolds. At Hologic, our purpose is to enable healthier lives everywhere, every day.
The thing about it is, this is not the nature of women. This is a direct result in, and I actually don't want to do this shit on your goddamn page. It's just, this is a result of women being free. Like, they will make up all kinds of bullshit in their fucking mind. You hear me? Like, every woman I've ever dealt with, I mean, I've never really dealt with like a super liberal woman, whatever. But when it comes to like the bare bones of it, they don't. I mean, this is overkill. This is overkill. Right or wrong. I mean,
Well, look at
healthcare.
Mary J. Blige and her
I mean,
blonde wig.
but
Got Mary J. Blige and her blonde wig, and all these sisters in their blonde wigs, and talking to the white women and the
yeah.
mask and all that. Intersectional, yeah.
I mean, the whole dynamic is actually by men. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly. I mean, so if you want to, so men run Hologic. That's the reason why I invested in it, because men actually run it. White men and Asian men.
No, it's not even white men and Asian men. I mean, oh God, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I understand, like, even like I wish I could, like, I would, if you had told me, I would take time to dissect this company, right? When this company was born, who's the CEO?
It's a multi-billion-dollar company. Trust me, I invested in it, and it did very well for me.
Yeah, I mean,
syphilis that can often be asymptomatic. Not all patients have complaints. It can be a rash that people think might be eczema and so forth. So oftentimes they don't bring that to the physician's attention, and definitely not when they're not face to face with a physician.
So what can people be doing to protect themselves from getting and transmitting congenital syphilis?
Well, I think to begin with, physicians, providers, everyone out there needs to actually start prioritizing sexual health. I mean, this is a call to action. The CDC just came out with a statement that it is time for us to use every resource we can to help encourage patients.
Why is she like not backbiting, but just like not being like 100%? Like why is she not being 100% of what needs to be done?
Because women SBE women on a tether, on a grift. They don't. So women SBE women with a slight, not with a straightforward face or hand. That's just why we have to take her. That's the reason why us as men have to actually, to a certain extent, men have to back what women do to make it.
No, but the thing about it is, I think that you have a market right now to where men have checked the fuck out. I'm like, well, yeah, we don't want to deal with this bullshit. Like you're gonna have like the nation of simps that step in and be like, yeah, we're gonna weather the storm of these stupid ass bitches. Sorry. All right. Like, come on. I mean, why can't she just come out and say, you know what? Bitch, stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane.
Well, these white women are pulling a pearl. They actually like so while Pearl is grifting, these white women are actually out here on some real shit.
No, you
regardless of risk factors, to get screened and treated for STI. In addition, patients need to self-advocate, and if they're, at the physician's office, go ahead and talk about sexual health with your provider, especially when you're pregnant. If you're concerned about syphilis infection, use protection. We've seen in the data that people are using condoms, unfortunately, less and less to protect themselves from STI.
Dr. Irene Stafford with UT Health.
That bitch is like, I'm married. Look at the Botox face. The Botox. Hey, like,
yeah, exactly. She said,
rewind.
No, she might have the Botox face, but she's doing whatever it takes to stay married. so that she don't have to daggone have congenital herpes or congenital syphilis babies.
I mean, well, do you think that's the nature? I mean, do you think women really want to be that reckless? Though? Yeah. Do you think they want to be that reckless? Come on, bro. Talk to me, man. God damn, boy. I mean,
So Trip, we want to switch it up to a new topic.
Okay.
We'll switch to a new topic. Right. Anybody can be a white supremacist. The rise of white national Hispanics with like Nick Fuentes and yeah, we're gonna let this play real quick. All the way through. And then I'm gonna let this play all the way through, okay?
Nah, go ahead, man. You had some commentary because
Factor Uncensored, and thanks for joining us for our second half hour tonight. Investigators are still searching for a motive in the deadly shooting at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas this weekend. 8 people killed there. While investigators look for answers, dark new information about the alleged gun, 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia show his full hateful views, according to investigators. Authorities have found a diary of his where Garcia wrote about being devoted to the Aryan race and hating Hispanic women despite being Hispanic himself. Posts also show him with large Nazi tattoos. My next guests say this case highlights how some of Mexican descent have become radicalized and hateful towards their own race and people of their own color in general. They are the rise of the white nationalist Hispanics.
So I brought you guys here on the Factor Uncensored to talk about this. And Tony, you and I have talked. This is nothing new.
No, exactly. And I will point this out. So I have a book called The Tip of the Pyramid, Cultivating Community Cultural Capital. And to kind of set a context, let's get a few things straight that our communities already know. White is the default setting for culture in America. And every day we sign user agreements to that effect. Now, we're in a state too where we don't want, well, legislators don't want us to talk about critical race theory, race, or history. So this is all swept under the rug until this erupts. And I should point out that if we talk about colonization, the Spanish conquistadors were basically white Europeans who came to these new lands and felt they were supreme enough to subjugate an entire people. And I don't want to get too far into a history course. I'll close with this part for now. They basically imposed a caste system, and that caste system was to define how they were better than everyone else, and that was based on color. So
what the fuck are you?
In that hierarchy, and people at the lower spectrums, they fought to stay up. Why? Because that meant that would limit who they could marry, what they could own, or if they were owned. And America knows something about that too.
And Monica, how does this have a long-lasting impact on individuals like Mauricio Garcia, who's accused of this mass shooting, where he has been tied to what they consider the right-wing death squad or white supremacists? How does that affect a young Hispanic male? How does he get involved with that, what we know from history?
Well, like Tony was mentioning, part of that was the doctrine of discovery and manifest destiny, which they pretty much said because we are the rightful people, we deserve this land, we deserve to take over and colonize this whole land as well as the people. And part of that, as we can see with this person, I think that they in themselves have internalized that and has been put in a position where now they feel like they can take over and everyone else is below them.
And sister, let's bring you into this conversation too. Is there some self-hatred there as well?
I mean, not only is there self-hatred, but there's also want to assimilate and a want to belong somewhere. So we see it in cases like this person or other people that because they are so oppressed, they rather leave whatever themselves or their culture that they want and try to join these other groups. And it's important to point out that anybody can be a white supremacist. I've been hearing a lot of online chatter, and they're saying, well, he was Hispanic, there's no way he can be a white supremacist. But you can be a white supremacist in ideology. And we have people like Senator Ted Cruz. We have people like Chingo Bling who are so they are so self-hatred on themselves that they want to occupy a space or want to beg for a space in other spaces.
And of course, Tony, you and I talked about the head of the Proud Boys, who is a Hispanic as well.
And I think we're touching on something here where, for example, there's not an official definition of what it means to be Latino. So if you look at the census, it's just kind of stretched the term out. And I'm not advocating that there should be one, but there's also not a definition for white. And what happens then is if you control power and you've got certain privileges that's been handed down to you because maybe you own slaves, maybe you own land forever, you happen to be a certain pigment, you don't have to argue who you are. By default, you run everything. On the other hand, we who are disenfranchised, we have to fight to define ourselves and to work our space out. I bring all that up because here's the irony of people like these supremacists who are in the Proud Boys. And again, my heart goes out to all the people who suffered because of the rage of these men. They felt disenfranchised. They felt powerless. They didn't want to take the blame for that. They felt they were entitled to it because they thought they were superior to others, and they looked at who they could blame. And here's the irony, Isaiah. People who are powerless and feel like that, they can't get to the people in power. All they can do is hurt everyone else like them in the same situation, and it goes back to the self-hate. They're really hurting people that looks just like him. That's why people are confused.
We'll continue this.
What you got to say about that?
Come on, man. You know what it is, man.
So we got I wanted to play that because I wanted to follow up with that with one more thing. One more thing. Oh, fuck, one more thing.
Man, how did you feel? Did you feel?
No, so this is where I feel like this is where I feel like these syphilis babies are out here killing people. No, that nigga right there was probably a Mexican woman. You know, they didn't they say that black and brown women have syphilis babies. That nigga that shot up that damn Alamo was probably a syphilis baby ass nigga. Listen to this shit. And so we got white supremacy, syphilis babies, and these STD babies, crack baby, the new crack babies, the healthcare demise babies. Listen to this shit.
Are now charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of Chicago police officer Ariana Preston. Police say the group had been on a people are now charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of Chicago police officer Ariana Preston. Police say the group had been on a crime spree before killing the officer. Fox 32's Joni Lum joins us live from police headquarters with the latest. Joni?
Hello, Sylvia. Investigators had to work through their sorrow, and they say that community involvement helped them to make arrests and stop a crime spree that victimized women alone before it ended with the fatal shooting of Officer Preston. The offenders are
victimize women alone. Why would children be victimizing women alone? Are they blaming their mothers for being syphilis minded? gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes minded, herpes in their eyes, HPV in their eyes. Are they medically SBN their mothers through violence?
They're just, I don't know, man.
Teens, 19-year-old Travell Breland, 19-year-old Joseph Brooks, 18-year-old Jaquan Buchanan, and a 16-year-old.
Is this what chronic syphilis babies look like? Is this what a chronic HPV, chronic gonorrhea, chronic chlamydia, chronic trichomoniasis, chronic syphilis baby looks like? Is this what a baby that survived syphilis? Is this what a child that survived syphilis looks like, thinks like, acts like?
You're a medical professional, so you know way more than I do.
No, I'm just asking a question.
I mean, cross-eyed. I mean, look at their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Niggas cross-eyed. No, I don't know.
Did their mothers have? Did their mothers pass? Did their mothers pass to them congenital syphilis? And is that why the reason why a lot of black men have bad hairlines, male pattern baldness, confusion, anger, no concrete thinking? Did male pattern baldness create these same? Did women with syphilis create these same niggas that ended up attacking black women?
Nah, hell no. I mean, I can't really tell because my daddy, my daddy was around, and my mom, listened to my daddy. So, damn, that's a different generation. Like that's
Old male.
in the back.
Police say at
Yeah.
least 2 of them shot at Officer Ariana Preston when she was returning home from work at 1:42 a.m. Saturday. Police say the 4 offenders were traveling in a stolen red Kia and they were looking for people to victimize.
The Kia boys.
That shit cap.
Kia boys.
They allegedly committed multiple crimes before ambushing Officer Preston.
As Officer Preston was returning home from her tour of duty early Saturday morning, 4 offenders pulled up in a stolen vehicle. The offenders quickly exited the vehicle and ran towards Officer Preston while armed. An offender fired at Officer Preston, who returned fire. The offenders continued to shoot Officer Preston. An offender stole Officer Preston's weapon before all offenders fled the scene.
They even stole her police-issued weapon.
In a stolen vehicle.
Her last arrest that evening, even the arrestee, once finding out the news of what had happened, she wept. But that speaks to the credit of Officer Preston.
Commander Pendarvis says that the charges put police on a path to heal from the loss of this star officer if they can ever get over their grief. The officer's weapon was stolen. It has not been recovered. That stolen car was set on fire, and those 4 offenders are going to be in bond court at this hour. Reporting live at police headquarters, I'm Joni Lum. Back to you. All right.
They were nothing but syphilis babies. Syphilis babies. That's all it is. Syphilis babies.
Yeah.
Syphilis babies killed that woman and took her gun. Them were syphilis babies.
No,
Syphilis.
man. But hey, god damn, boy, hey, I gotta talk to some bitches. I'm about to go on this. Go ahead and cook, man. Go ahead and cook. And,
All right, well, I'll holler at you, bro. I'll holler at you then.
no, I mean I can put one of the bitches on live. Yeah. Let's talk to some of these bitches, man. We'll do a simulcast. How about that?
Yeah. Syphilis minded niggas.
Yeah.
What up, Black Hawk? What up? These syphilis minded children out here killing people. And look,
Hey, hold up.
look at this. And this is another story. A man facing 15 years.
A husband who filmed himself catching his wife in bed with her boss could now face up to 15 years in prison for illegal surveillance after tracking them with his iPhone app. But who's more in the wrong here? We're going to debate it now. Attorney Lisa Garber and a criminal defense attorney and former head county prosecutor Robert Biaggi. And we've been sitting here already debating this before the segment even started because it really is an interesting case. And Robert, you think about this man, this husband, what he's dealing with just emotionally of catching his wife cheating on him with her husband. And now this whole thing is public, mainly his fault for that. We don't know if he released these videos or not, but he could go to jail.
If this man goes to jail, and I can tell you as the head prosecutor, when these cases would come through, you look at a number of different circumstances and you apply the rule of reason as to whether somebody should go to jail for the same amount of time as somebody that committed a rape or a murder sometimes goes to jail. This was a man who was distressed. There was infidelity. The burglary charge that was filed, we were talking about this before a little bit off the camera, is not a valid charge because you have to have an intent to commit a crime when he went in there. All he was doing was trying to catch his wife in an act of infidelity. Was it a good thing to do? No. But from a prosecutor's point of view, I'm not putting somebody in jail for this.
So to help people understand the story that haven't been following it, this man was following his wife on the iPad app, found where she was in this home, ended up walking in the house. It was unlocked, right? The door was. Went in, found them together in the bedroom, and then filmed a couple videos, and then I guess got into some altercations. Lisa, you see this from a cybersecurity angle. What concerns you about what happened?
Well, first thing, I think people don't realize what the settings are on all of these devices, and this happens on smartphones now.
Women in cybersecurity have more power than a husband. This man is facing 15 years behind catching his wife cheating. And his wife cheating could probably catch syphilis. And if the man that's cheating with her gets her pregnant, or he gets her pregnant after they fix their relationship, she could have syphilis from the man she was fucking. Or she could be pregnant and have syphilis from the man that she was fucking behind dude back.
Now, find my iPhone, find my iPad, you can track everybody. You're basically permitting it, especially in a family setting, depending on who has access to your devices and your cloud accounts. It's so important to understand that.
Is that illegal to do, though?
It's completely legal, especially because the spouses are likely sharing this responsibility to pay for these devices. And the other issue is he filmed these people in the midst of an act. In New Jersey, that's invasion of privacy. There's federal and state law that comes into play, but New Jersey especially, they really protect invasion of privacy issues.
So that could be where the problem lies. Robert, I'm thinking about the jury here when they're sitting there and they're listening to this man emotionally talking about what he's gone through with his wife cheating on him with her boss. How is that going to play?
Okay, first of all, he was overcharged. Secondly, that's a great point. It's called jury nullification. We know this as prosecutors, having tried lots of cases, that they could say technically he violated the law, but they're going to feel so sympathetic to him. They're going to understand that this was a really unbelievable situation. Since thousands have been going to other caves and have been committing.
But we didn't know about that, Lisa, and that's what makes it more challenging today.
And Bob, I have to say, it reads like a 60s Italian cinema with Marcello Mastroianni and, divorced Italian style, but two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, but when you're talking about a jury looking at the idea of putting somebody in jail for
So
they are conflating him recording her cheating with her cheating. Two wrongs don't make it right, because you recorded her cheating is equivalent to her cheating.
I'm sorry, Pastor. I have a toxic broad on the line right now. Are you ready for it? Go ahead and play the shit. Are you? I mean, are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Let us speak. Let us speak.
All right. Let me date this topic bride. But go ahead and play this shit. I got like 34 seconds.
Or something like this. This wasn't
What
like a
do
random
you want me
stranger
to
that
add?
went
I
into a
mean,
location
what?
and decided
It's
that
a
he was going to
random
film
stranger.
somebody.
He walked into the woman's boss's
Yo.
phone.
Yeah, but first of all, he was following his son's iPad. It wasn't even her iPad, and I just don't see 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt pushing a button and putting that man in jail. I don't see it.
It speaks to the challenges we face going forward with technology and with these things. They've happened for years and years, but how do we deal with it
And now
today
the
is the question.
Exactly. Now the technology is transforming. There are so many ways to lose that privacy.
And there is, Lisa Robert. We are going to continue to debate this, I'm sure, once the commercial goes on. Great to have you both here.
Yo. Damn. What's happening, man? I mean,
So women think cheating is privacy.
I mean, hold on.
But a man cheat. But if a man were to cheat, it's not privacy.
We're live right now.
So if women cheat, it's privacy. But if a
Pastor,
man
Pastor,
cheats,
Pastor,
it's
Pastor.
not.
Hey.
So if a woman cheats, it's privacy.
Pastor,
But if a man cheats, it's not privacy.
Hey, Pastor. We have a. What's your name, babe? I mean, what's your real name? Yeah, I see that, man. I mean, you might have something else going on with that. I mean, that's my name. I mean, have you ever cheated? Not once. Do you know any woman that has cheated before? You better tell the truth now. I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, have you ever met a woman that's cheated before? Sarah, please. No, I haven't. That I know of. To my knowledge. So you're the wrong prospect, right? Huh?
No, so it's easy to say no because you can play as if you didn't know. It's fine because there's too much syphilis. There are too many children being born with syphilis to go against your lie. If children weren't born with syphilis, when syphilis was eradicated, then that means that you are obviously not telling the truth. If syphilis made it back, you know cheaters. There's no way that these women. What's up, Gold P? What's up, Gold P?
I mean, but that type of
There's no way. There's no way that syphilis can make it back. There's no way that syphilis can make it back, and these children can be so violent if these women didn't openly be have syphilis and be given congenital syphilis. These I don't think it's we can blame you can blame drugs. No, hold on. You can blame drugs, you can blame fatherlessness, you can blame you can blame everything. I blame it on the oversexuality, the rainbow community, and syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia,
okay, listen to this young tender. Listen to young tender. I'm about to let you listen to the problem. Yo, I mean, how do you feel about cheating? I mean, you got a choke chain. So how do I feel? Well, I've been cheated on, and I don't know. It doesn't feel good. Can you get yourself out of the feelings for a little bit? I mean, can you get yourself out of the equation for a little bit? I mean, I know. I mean, how do you want me to take myself out of the equation? I don't know how other people feel. I mean, but the thing about it is you cheated on somebody before, so. No, I didn't. I didn't cheat on anybody. I was with one person for 14 years and I've never cheated. No, oh, really? Never? Never. Not one? Not one? Okay, now one.
Triple, you the reason why. No, triple. You are the reason why.
You see, they're attacking me now.
No, you see, triple. You are a congenital syphilis nigga. You keep talking to these women that you know got problems because you find it entertaining. Is the reason why you end up with congenital syphilis babies. No, sweetheart. I have plenty of girlfriends that you can easily you can easily play this miserable stuff. But not only do I have access to women, I have access to healthcare, and I know that bitches like
Absolutely.
you. I know that bitches like you are
Why do
open
you
for a
like? Why
conversation.
you
Now
gonna
shut up,
say?
triple, shut up, nigga. I know that bitches like you are open for conversation because you're open for and gonorrhea and chlamydia because you're an easy piece of pussy. Shut up, hoe. Don't ever talk to me crazy. The reason you're on the phone right now is because you're an easy piece of pussy. So don't ever talk to me crazy, okay?
My bad, man. Yeah. Chorizo. Fuck wrong with you, bitch? I gotta get rid of these bitches, man. That shit
The
is
only reason why she's on the phone is because she's an easy piece of syphilis pussy.
yeah.
That's the only reason why you're able to easily call her up at any time of the night, but you don't provide or give or care nothing for that hoe because she's an easy piece of syphilis pussy out here ready to get pregnant and pass that congenital syphilis to her children. Fuck out of here, bitch! Don't you ever talk to me disrespectfully, because I know the type of children your bitch ass create.
Anyways, man. SBE for life. Yeah. Anyways, man. This shit, I mean, with the rate of inflation that's dramatically went to a different direction, are these hoes gonna be ready? Are these like I'm just saying, like are these hoes gonna be ready? You know what I'm saying? There's a group of real niggas, man, that's been through it, and there's like dudes like me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really been through it yet, you know what I'm saying? Knock on wood and shit like that. I mean, it's like I gotta rely on my daddy, my brother, and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, I ain't really like, you know what I'm saying, faced it. You know what I'm saying? My face has always been gator. Yeah. I mean, if y'all don't know what that shit mean, your face is clean. Yeah.
Exactly like that, but like that bitch was complaining about a bus driver. She done openly said that she done fucked all these men. That bitch probably got chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis, or syphilis from all these men across the world that she fucking. But she talking about a man don't bring enough money home. Bitch, don't worry about how much money a bus driver bring home. It's your womb. Is your free womb. Fuck all the money that cost and the paying for life. Is the free womb that God gave you, bitch, free of syphilis, free of HPV, free of gonorrhea, free of trichomoniasis. I thank God that my baby mama didn't have none of them issues. This is why I have a healthy child. They can read, they can walk, they can run, they can play. All these spina bifida, multisclerosis, bad bone, we'll call it hemophiliac, bleeding ass, anemic ass, motherfucking babies with sickle cell and all that shit. So what? So did the bitch have syphilis or not? The bitch had syphilis or not?
The fuck are you talking about, man? We just fucking around, man. God damn, my nigga. Hey, I don't know what that bitch got, man. What the fuck wrong with you, nigga?
Nah, nigga, I'm not talking about that whole nigga. You talking about that whole nigga. I'm talking about all these bitches, nigga. You talking about one. You talking about one hoe you called on the phone, nigga. Fuck that hoe, nigga. She's stupid. That's why she didn't want to talk to me, nigga.
No, we trying to make this shit hot, my nigga. I mean, this damn boy. Hey, I mean, damn, boy. Hey, listen, man. We trying to make this fucking shit hot, nigga.
Nigga, it's been 2.5 hours. I've
Pass.
shame, blame, and explain these hoes and they syphilis enough. I gotta get something to eat, nigga. Fuck these hoes and they syphilis ass babies. You niggas better find a clean womb to have your children with, cause these bitches are having stupid criminal babies, cause these hoes have syphilis.
Both of you guys sound intoxicated.
Huh?
Go GFBA. Like your breed of niggas are horrible. Like
Nah. Go pee, my nigga. Go pee, my nigga. Go pee, my nigga. Go pee. Go pee is cool. Go pee is cool. I just brought up a medical issue after I've been off and I've been chilling. So yeah, I did have a couple of drinks, but I've been chilling. But the reality of it is, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I don't have no syphilis baby to take care of. I don't have no syphilis baby mama.
Yeah, no.
I don't have no chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis baby.
Mm-mm.
I don't have no bacterial infection, central nervous system shut down child.
No, hell no.
I thank God for that. This is why I can chill and talk shit about this issue, because God has graced me to not have to deal with this issue, but see this issue. And a lot of black men are having to deal with congenital syphilis babies from their baby mamas. And I feel and my heart goes out to the men and those children. My heart goes out to those men and those children, because all that simple, stupid ass bitch had to do was go get some medical SBE and a pill and a couple of series shots of penicillin in her sorry ass. But because she wasn't willing to do that, she does not care about herself, her children, or the men that are procreating with her. And that's the reason why these children have congenital syphilis. These children are being born with these children are being born with poor vision. Syphilis attacks their soft tissue, including their eyes, and these children come up with bad vision. They have retina issues, and these children have issues in their mind, in their brain. These children have syphilis meningitis, inflammation of the brain due to the infection.
I don't even know. I mean,
Because a lot of these women be trying to find new boyfriends when they single away from their baby daddies on their third trimester, and they still be trying to fuck new niggas while they still pregnant. That's just why women be getting syphilis in their third trimester and passing to their children, creating a horrible birth, which is a lot of this SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, is really syphilis.
damn.
A lot of this SIDS is really syphilis.
Whoa. You are SBN to a goddamn different level. And I'm just like, I'm damn, though. I did not realize I cannot match Passes Heat when it comes to SBN hoes. No, that nigga got a razorback on his goddamn avatar and shit like that. So, hey, you already know. Yeah.
These bitches can get a penicillin shot or a series of penicillin shot to protect the health, the mind, the hearts,
I mean, but how the hell did you
because
have-
congenital syphilis affects the heart, the blood. So if congenital syphilis affects the heart, it can affect the liver, the blood, the heart, the bones, the bone marrow, the meninges, the brain of children. So therefore, if a bitch So a bitch can afford a $5 Uber to catch. No. A bitch can afford a $5, $10, $20 Uber to catch syphilis, but the bitch can't afford a $5 to $10 series of penicillin to save the well-being of her child in the future of it.
Block his ass. The fuck? Block?
How much penicillin does not cost that much? These bitches looking at $5 to $10 to pay for some penicillin shots in their ass, and they not willing to do it for the healthiness of their children and themselves, which will make their job as a healthy child is a better child for a parent. So if these bitches want to be single mothers, why would you have a syphilis baby? If you bitches want to be single mothers, why have a syphilis baby?
I mean, but the thing about it, like Pastor, you lost credibility a little bit because you were part of sisterhood for a little bit. Now you want to switch up. That's crazy. Why are you that, bro?
I'm not on the side of nobody, nigga. I'm on the side of righteousness and right. I'm not on the manosphere side, not on the sisterhood side. When the women fuck up, I'm gonna go ahead and cook on their ass. When the niggas fuck up, I'm gonna cook on their ass. Yeah. Why would you women spend more money on an Uber than you would on a penicillin shot to save your children? Yeah. Go P. Yeah. Go P. Ask these women, why would you spend more money on a pit? Why would you spend more money on an Uber ride to go get slawed out, to get ran through? Yeah. I don't put bitches on the Uber. Yeah, I don't put bitches on the Uber, but you bitches, but I don't pay more, and bitches don't pay more for an Uber than they don't pay for a shot in their ass to protect their children and they womb.
Listen to this broad right here.
I don't want to listen to that bitch. I got shit to do, nigga.
All right, man. I'm out of here, man.
All right, my nigga. I might get up out of here, man. I'm gonna drop you down real quick and I might get up out of here, all right?
No doubt, bro.
Yeah, so I'm up out of here, man. I just want to tell y'all the Black American babies are being born with syphilis. Congenital syphilis. It's affecting their bloodstream. It's affecting their liver, which is making them hemophiliacs, quick to bleed, no clotting factors. It's causing SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. Syphilis is causing SIDS. Don't that sound halfway right? Syphilis causing SIDS. Syphilis almost eradicated in 2012. It's an all-time high in 2021. Well, isn't that a flip of things? Women during the pandemic did not get no sexual. Women during 2020, 2021 and 2022, 2023 did not get any type of health care for their asses. Now the children are being born of all kinds of diseases, hoping they survive it. Yeah. Peace to you, Pat. Yeah, peace to you. Yeah, peace to you. Go. I might get up out here and get something to eat and get off this internet. This is a sad story to tell y'all, man. I had to have a couple of brewskis. Had to get Lucy to tell y'all this story, man, because it's sad. It's depressing. Children being born with syphilis. It's affecting their eyes, their soft tissue, their eyes, their throats, their heart, their lungs, their kidneys, their livers. They're dying from sepsis and bloodborne infections from syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. It's sad, man. You got intersectional white supremacy. Now you have Mexicans, blacks, Asians, different ethnicities and people, and black people, and all kinds of ethnicities of people practicing white supremacy. You got 7 people ran over in Texas because they were immigrants and killed. You have Miss Preston that was killed by syphilis babies. It's wild out here. But y'all stay blessed. And please do not create no more syphilis babies. Stay blessed.